Hey, welcome back to the Big Rant Show. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit that subscribe button down below and let's get right to it. Now, last month I brought you the story of 12-year-old Maddie from Oklahoma, Achel, Oklahoma to be exact, where Maddie was getting death threats and bullied by adults. And she was being bullied simply because she was transgender. And the school, it got so bad the school had to shut down because they had protests, they were worried about counter protesters, and they're worried about this kid's safety. Because parents were making death threats, saying the kid should deserve to be stabbed and things like that, simply because she used the restroom that she identifies with, as opposed to the sex that she was born with. 12-year-old Maddie, once again, like I said, is a child, as I said in my other video, and children should not be getting death threats. I don't care what bathroom they use. But I wanted to bring you an update to that story. Maddie and her family have moved out of Achel, Oklahoma. As of 8 days ago, they had taken a U-Haul, moved down to a house that they had found in Houston, off of donations that were raised on a GoFundMe campaign for the family. So they're off to a new life down in Houston, and hopefully Maddie will be able to have a safer and more enjoyable, childhood. And people sit there, they wanted to bash this kid simply because she's transgender. And I'm so glad that people, out of the kindness of their hearts, given, $20, $25 among other other donations, people gave this family to help them get out of their situation, to help them land land down in Houston where they have family, and where maybe people will be a little more understanding, a little more caring towards this child. I am very happy that happened. I'm glad that people were there to help, and I'm so happy that people were able to donate and help this family out. But just 8 days ago, they took they got their U-Haul. They went down to Houston. They got the keys to the new house, and it'll be theirs. It's an owner finance type thing, and they're financing it to where they will own the house in the end. The GoFundMe campaign, after a good 20 some odd days of it existing, raised a grand total of $54,705 in 1 month by over 1,500 people. Their goal was only $15,000 when the person made this campaign. And I am just glad to know that these people helped this family out. It was called A Move for Maddie, and really that's what this child, I think, really needed to get out of that environment. It was a very toxic situation. I mean, when you got people hating on you simply because of your gender or whatever, that's just, it makes me sad. As a human, as someone that gives a damn about people. And when you see this child, this child is happy, living their life, and who cares? Who gives a dang what the child was born as? The child identifies as female. That's all that matters. All that matters is her happiness, and that she is happy within herself, and happy is who she is. I'm so sick and tired of these people that do these things, especially to children. But Maddie, I am so glad that you and your family are now out of that situation, that hopefully you find what you need. Hopefully you find the safe area you need to be. There's no reason for you to be getting death threats and violent threats and getting things like that, all because of you using a bathroom that people didn't like you using. So to Maddie, all I can say is you be you. Do what you have to do for you, and I'm glad you have a supportive family, a family that supports you and cares about you. And I'm glad all these people were out there to help you. I am very happy to let everyone know that they are on their way. That they're down there in Houston already. They got their home, and Maddie and her family look like they're going to be just fine. So that's really all I want to do. I want to bring you that quick update on Maddie and her family. Um, and I really just want to say that I don't understand people. How you can show this kind of hate to a 12-year-old child is beyond me. But I just hope that from this experience, Maddie learns that there's more love out there than there is hate. Sooner or later, people like Maddie aren't going to have to fight, for their very existence. Sooner or later, people are going to understand that people are just how they are. Sometimes things just don't match up. Sometimes you don't feel like the sex that you were born with. Sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. And there's nothing wrong with that. You are who you are. So to Maddie and her family, congratulations on the new start down there in Houston. I hope the folks here in Texas are more open and more caring down there in Houston. You're always going to find that one jerk somewhere that's going to say something, but normally it's not going to be a death threat or threats of violence. So congratulations. And this has been the Big Ranch Show. I'm your host, Jacob Keck. I'll see you down the road.